Hello and welcome to day 6 of 365 reasons why to join this great company called Arbonne and my wonderful group of trailblazers. So today we're going to talk about laughing and having fun with yourself. So many people in this type of business take themselves so seriously. And I understand why, because you're learning to be an entrepreneur and you're not used to that. You're used to being a 9-to-5er who has a boss who tells you what to do, where to go, what vacation to take, when to take a sick day, et cetera, et cetera. So kind of like we're all little rats on a wheel. And that's okay, because that's what makes the world go round, is people who work for a living, whether they work for somebody, whether they work for themselves. We have to work. That's what makes the world go round. But when you join a company like Arbonne or any network marketing and direct sales company, you're your own boss. So in being your own boss, which you've never done before, and realizing everything's on your shoulders, is you sometimes get tense and uptight and serious and angry at your mistakes and angry at your failures. And you put your head on the ground and bang it against the desk saying, I don't believe I did this, instead of laughing and having fun with it. If you do this business, if you do the good, the bad, the ugly, the mistakes, the failures, the successes, you will get to the top of the company. But along the way, if you're not having a good time and laughing at some of the ridiculous things that might happen to you, or some of the ridiculous people you meet along the way, you're not going to have fun, and you're going to end up not doing it. So I'll give you a really good example. My very first gathering, when I first started doing this, there was about 8 people in the room, and I'm pretty good in front of people, not so much in front of a computer as I am now, but I'm great in front of people. So I said I was going to do the presentation. Why not? They didn't know anything any more about Arbonne than I did. So I studied, got my presentation, and my upline / teammate, as I like to call her, wonderful woman, was there. And she's like, sure, go ahead. So I did my presentation, and part of my presentation was talking about our signature line, and I got to the toner part. Okay, so when I was growing up, I had severe acne. Okay, and one of the things at the time somebody said to use was witch hazel, and witch hazel in its very pure form, concentrated in a bottle by itself, is very drying to the skin. So imagine as a young teenager being told to use witch hazel on severe acne. So now I not only have severe acne, I have severe peeling dry skin from the witch hazel in its concentrated form. Okay, so part of my story about the toner that I was talking about was how much I could not stand witch hazel. Okay, so we go through the party, it's fine. You know, I made a couple of sales. We'll talk about why that happens later. And we're cleaning up and everything. And so I go to the person that signed me on, and I'm like, how'd I do? Any tips and tricks on what I should do better? It's my first one, I'm learning, et cetera, et cetera. And she looks at me and she goes, you do know witch hazel's in our toner. And I'm like, oopsie. And started laughing. I was like, okay, oops. Thank God the people sitting in front of me had no more idea of what was in our products than I did. Okay, I was still very new. I wasn't looking at, I wasn't reading every single ingredient in every product that we had, although I am an ingredient junkie, which is why I joined Arbonne in the first place. But let's face it, when there's over 400 and some odd products, I had the time when I just joined, I had not gotten around to reading every one of them and what was in their ingredients. All I knew was I didn't want that toner to be pure witch hazel because it was awful stuff. So in your business, you've got to learn to laugh at your mistakes, laugh at your failures, laugh at the people that come your way that, for lack of a better way of saying this, are never going to go anywhere in this business because they just don't listen, or they blame others, or they're not willing to do the work to do it. If you're not laughing at all of this, you're going to drive yourself crazy, and you're eventually going to quit. It's just because so many things will happen to you along the way up to the top that if you're not laughing about them and enjoying them and going, oopsie, or oh my God, that could have been done better, or oh wow, that was pretty embarrassing, but I'll get through it and we'll keep on going. you're just not going to make it. You've got to have fun with this. You have to enjoy yourself with this. You have to laugh at these mistakes. You have to laugh at the things that go wrong. And that, again, is part of learning to be an entrepreneur. Initially, when things happen to you in the beginning, you get embarrassed, you get mad, you get angry, you get a whole bunch of things. But as you move along and you realize that these things are going to happen on a consistent basis, you just really have to take a step back and go, oopsie, and just start laughing about it. Even if the people who um, try your patience, for lack of a better way of saying it, you kind of have to laugh at them. You just have to look at them and say, you know, I give you my blessings, but you're trying my patience here, and do your best. You have to laugh. You have to laugh and have a good time with this, or it's never going to work, because so much of it in this type of business is hearing people say no to you, is hearing people say, well, I'll come back to you when you're successful. Or are you crazy? Why would you do this? Or my favorite one is a pyramid scheme. Initially, when someone used to say that to me, I'll tell you all about pyramid schemes and another thing that used to get me going a little bit. Now I just look at them and I go, I think, and in my head, I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, ignorance is bliss. But I don't say anything to them, because you can't talk to people who have a firm mindset about something they believe in. You just can't. Okay. And that's okay. You know, we're all different and we're allowed to do that. And so there's no sense in getting upset with someone if they have a firm mindset on something that you know you're never going to change. Don't bother. Go to the next one. But laugh, 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 laugh. Have a great time. Dance and scream and shout when good things happen to you. When you make a mistake, just go, oops, learn from that. Not going to do that again. Or maybe I will do it again, but maybe I'll make the mistake better. But laugh, fun, dance, have a great time. So that's all this is about. You want your business to be fun. If it's not fun, even in the times when it's hard work and there's so much to do, and you're not having fun with it for the most part, why are you doing it? You have to make it fun. You just have to. So have fun with your Arbonne business. Have fun joining my team. Okay. And I will see you for day 7. Okay. Thanks. Have a great day.